Now we return to the 1958 Academy Award nominations. First, Best Actress in a Supporting Role. The nominees are Carolyn Jones as the lonely party girl looking for Mr. Right in The Bachelor Party. Elsa Lanchester as a devoted nurse in Witness for the Prosecution. Hope Lange as a teenager brutalized by her vicious stepfather in Peyton Place. Diane Varsi as a spirited teenager in a small rural town, also in Peyton Place. And Miyoshi Umeki as a devoted Japanese wife to a U.S. officer in Sayonara. And I'm excited to announce that Miss Umeki is the very first Asian nominee. Congratulations and good luck to these 5 very talented actors.
Konnichiwa, Miyoshi. Pleased to meet you. How do you do? Konnichiwa, my name is Carolyn. Konnichiwa. Welcome. Welcome to my humble abode. Ah! How long have you been standing there?
Long enough to know that you won't make a good geisha.
What time is it?
It's nearly 1.
Darn it! Go make yourself useful and check see that we have enough ice. Can you sit me up?
My pleasure.
Miyoshi. Miyoshi.
I think you've practiced enough.
She's a guest. It'd be rude for me to mispronounce her name.
Is it hot in here?
Not particularly.
You're perspiring, your back, your neck.
I'm fine.
But you're burning up. Are you nervous? You are?
I'm not nervous! Maybe a little. What if nobody comes? I'm stood up and become a laughingstock. People walking around town, sneering and talking behind my back. Oh, there goes that imbecile, Carolyn Jones. Did you hear? She hosted a little soiree just before the Oscars, a soiree with a guest list of 1, herself. It'll be embarrassing if nobody comes. I'll be mocked, laughed at.
Did you say there'd be cocktails?
Of course.
They'll come.
Okay then. What if something disastrous happens? The whole house sets on fire. We all burn to death. And for the first time in the history of the Academy Awards, no woman from the Best Supporting Actress category turned up because I accidentally killed them.
Are you acting like this because of what happened?
No, it's not that.
But I've told you many times you couldn't stop what happened.
I'm fine, it's not that.
Because what happened, it was beyond your control.
It's not that! Look, it is 4 days before the Oscars. Sure, it is perfectly normal for somebody in my position to be a little nervous.
Okay.
To be honest, I didn't think anyone would actually RSVP. When they all said yes, it put me in a very tight spot. I'm crazy.
You're not crazy. I know why you're doing this.
You do? Well, what is the method of my madness? Am I dissecting the competition? Is it some elaborate scheme to kill off my rivals one by one, like in some Agatha Christie whodunit? Please, enlighten me.
It's simple. It's because you, my darling, have a heart of gold. They will come. They will enjoy, they will drink, they will be merry, and they will leave here spreading the word that Carolyn Jones knows how to put on a great party.
You hold on to your horses, cowboy. You haven't tasted the hors d'oeuvres.
Mm-hmm. Will you be playing any party games?
Party games. Who do you think's coming, Shirley Temple?
Academy Award-winning actress Carolyn Jones. Now that has a nice ring to it. Hey, should I find a spot on the mantelpiece?
No, not on the mantelpiece. Over there, by the chrysanthemums. Better lighting. I don't think I have a chance of winning. How could I win? I'm only on screen for 5 minutes and 27 seconds. 5 measly minutes and 27 measly seconds. That isn't enough time to warrant winning anything, except the admiration of my husband. I hate to sound like a cliche, but in this instance, I really do feel it's just an honor to be nominated.
You don't really mean that. Hey, you're a 5-minute wonder.
5-minute wonder. That'd make 2 of us.
I'll get it. Hey. I know you're nervous. But what happened? It was beyond your control. You survived. I'd rather have you in my life than an Oscar.
Oh, Mrs. Bennett, how do you do?
Welcome.
I told you I must be late. I'm a product of my British upbringing, you know. We take our punctuality very seriously, so I must apologize for my tardiness. I'm the first to arrive.
You are indeed. Elsa, pleased to finally meet you.
You too, Carolyn, you too. And congratulations on your nomination. You were amazing. You're living proof that it's not the time on screen that's important, but the conviction of one's performance. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What you did in... How long were you on screen for?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really count.
5 minutes.
And 27 seconds.
And what she did in that 5 minutes, well, not even the greatest amongst us could achieve. Lauded by critics and to top it off with an Academy Award nomination. I know everyone was shocked, but I'm sure nobody was as shocked as you were.
Elsa, you're being far too kind. You've obviously met my husband, Aaron Spelling.
Yes, I have, Mr. Spelling. Thank you for allowing this old, haggard woman into your lovely home in the hills.
Please take a seat.
So, Mr. Spelling, Aaron, do you belong to this crazy world that has me and your wife as esteemed members?
Aaron works in television.
Just starting out.
Television?
Finding my feet.
An interesting medium, but if I can be frank with you and offer you some good advice, quit. Because you certainly won't make any money working in television, Mr. Spelling.
We get by. Between my acting work and Aaron's odd writing job, we live quite comfortably. And not everybody craves a lavish lifestyle with drivers and maids. Who knows? Aaron might strike it rich one day and end up building the biggest mansion this town has ever seen.
I doubt that very much.
And I know he's not exactly in the same league as your husband, Elsa. But Aaron is very talented.
Ah, you know
Nonetheless,
of my husband.
Elsa, where do you think I've been living under a rock? Of course I know the great Charles Laughton.
And he's won an Oscar. He played Henry VIII in that film, The Private Life of,
The
Private Life of Henry
VIII.
That's it.
I think it's time for a drink. Elsa?
Just something light for me. Vodka, on the rocks.
So, Elsa, isn't Charles also nominated this year?
Yes, he's chasing his second. He's rather greedy.
And you've been nominated before.
Very impressive, Mr. Spelling. You've done your research.
Just read the trades.
Yes, but I was nominated in the exact same category 8 years ago. Delightful little film about a bunch of nuns building a children's hospital. Of course, I wasn't cast as a nun, but as a tortured artist. Charles reckons if I had played the nun, then I definitely would have won. No one would ever deny a nun, an agent of God, the chance to win an Academy Award. It would be a one-way ticket to hell. To be frank, I'm rather glad that the director didn't cast me as a nun. I'm afraid I don't have the face to pull off wearing a habit.
There you go, vodka on the rocks. Is there anything wrong? Can I get another glass?
This is rather awkward. I don't know what to say.
Elsa, what is it?
Please, don't take this the wrong way. Do you mind taking the first sip?
Elsa, you don't seriously think I put anything in your drink other than vodka?
Elsa, you're such a joker.
Oh, do the top up.
It's far too early in the day to be taking the hostess for a fool. Elsa, how rude of me. I forgot to congratulate you on your nomination. And in a film where you're acting alongside of your husband yet again. It must be a real treat.
Yes, becoming a regular occurrence. We can't get away from each other. But let me tell you, the drama on screen is nothing compared to what we're like at home. Oh, my God, the cameras aren't around to capture that.
I didn't see that movie.
Oh, it'll be a horror film.
Aaron loves horror films. He adored you in The Bride of Frankenstein.
Saw it twice.
You know, I shot that film years ago, and I'm still getting recognized for it. I'm afraid that when I die, that's how people will remember me, for that dreadful hairstyle.
As a matter of fact, Elsa, during Halloween, a little girl came knocking on our door. Do you remember, Aaron? The little girl lives down the road. Oh, it was the funniest thing. She came dressed as the Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, how ghastly!
You're a Halloween costume, Elsa. You're immortal.
Carolyn was in House of Wax.
Aaron, please. Elsa doesn't want to hear about some B-grade horror film that I did.
Oh, yes, of course I do.
Hey, you two should have a scream-off.
What?
A scream-off. A screaming competition.
Aaron, don't be absurd. We agreed no party games.
And I'm afraid the Bride of Frankenstein never screamed. She hissed. It was a sound formed deep down in the throat, making its way up through the mouth. Thank you.
Your turn, Carolyn.
I told you no party games.
Woo! Don't be a spoiled sport.
No, I'm really rather shy.
Come on, show Elsa that great scream of yours.
No, I can't. I seriously.
Darling, that was impressive.
I'm glad you're amused. Don't you have someplace to go?
Oh, you're not leaving, are you? Why? You should stay.
I would love to, but deadline on a pile of loons. Plus, this is a woman's only party.
Party pooper. Do I also get a kiss? I bid you farewell. Your husband, he's sweet.
Seems you enjoyed flirting with him.
Oh, Carolyn, never.
Please, Elsa.
Do I also get a kiss goodbye?
I would you.
Oh, Carolyn, honestly, I'm old enough to be Aaron's older sister. I would never.
You could have fooled me.
You need a drink. What should we have now? Scotch.
Wonder where the others are.
I agree. They're late. To our loving husbands. Do you love your husband?
To bits. And yours.
To death. There. It's sorted. Do you mind if I have a cigarette?
Go ahead.
Would you like one?
Oh, I shouldn't. Aaron doesn't really like it when I smoke.
No, he doesn't. That's interesting.
Why is that?
When we first arrived in Hollywood in the 30s, Charles and I, well, of course, he was a much bigger star than I was back then, and we had a visit from the studio's publicity department. Oh, they took photos of Charles from every perspective, in the kitchen, in the lounge, next to her pot plants. I was in a few of these pictures, and I was surprised that I was asked not to smoke. Apparently, a wife is allowed to smoke, just not in publicity photos, because in small towns and villages across America, there is still a large group of people who don't approve of women. Not men, but women doing that kind of thing. Well, of course, I made sure that in every damn photo I was holding a cigarette. And in most of them, I was blowing smoke rings at the photographer. you hear that?
Hear what?
The gasping of millions of men and women in small towns and villages. So where did you and Aaron meet?
The usual story, through friends.
You're a cute couple.
We had an instant connection. We were in sync with each other. Both had ambition. Both loved the movies. People described us like puppies playing all of the time. I was so smitten that I actually proposed to him.
You did?
Got down on one knee and asked Aaron to be my husband.
Bravo.
My career was on the rise, and Aaron wanted to propose, but he was waiting for his big break. He didn't have a penny to his name. In fact, I was making 10 times more money than he was. I got impatient. So, one day during a dinner date, I asked his hand in marriage. People thought I was crazy.
Crazy? That's not crazy. That's using your initiative.
We were married 5 days later.
All women should follow in your footsteps. Don't wait around for that ring to come to you. Take it to them. Let's toast to that.
What about you and Charles? How did you two meet?
We met where drama and mayhem is born. On the stage. Yes, we're a product of incest, you know.
Excuse me?
Theatre incest.
There's no such thing.
Well, apparently there is, and Charles and I committed this heinous crime when we starred in a play together where he played my father. People were horrified about our union, watching us act as father and daughter, and then imagining what we were getting up to once the curtains came down. Then, of course, we weren't actually related and free to fall in love, but that didn't stop all the gossip and talk. And what about a family? Will you and Aaron be having children?
Oh, no. I can play loving, devoted mothers on film, but as soon as the director yells cut, those little brats go back to their parents, and I come home to peace and quiet. No children for me, thank you very much. We're way too busy for that. What about you?
Well, that's funny you should ask. Yes, I'm with child as we speak. Yes, and his name is Charles, and he's probably at home right now reciting Shakespeare to himself in the mirror.
You play me for a fool again, you stop it.
No, we don't have children, but I have been pregnant a couple of times.
Oh, what happened?
You know the usual story. Too young, demanding career, especially in those early years. The theatre, the film sets, all that travelling. I was pregnant, and then I wasn't, and then I couldn't ever again. All this was before I met Charles, of course. On our first date, he made it very clear that he didn't want a family, and that was fortunate for me because I couldn't be with someone that craved a family, and I secretly knew that I couldn't fulfill their dreams. Where are the others?
Being fashionably late.
Youth, always late, strolling along like they've got all the time in the world. Maybe Mimoshi's flying all the way from Japan.
It's Miyoshi.
Look, Carolyn, I want to apologize.
Apologize for what?
Silly thing with your husband.
Oh, it's nothing, forget
No,
it.
I am a guest in your home and I have offended you. I have peculiar ways with men, and many mistake that for the wrong kind of friendliness. I'm afraid I'm the product of being the only girl at an all-boys school that has clouded my judgment. Yes, it's true. Growing up in London, I was sent to the local council school where I failed at everything. Oh,